See, listening to the podcast is better than watching Sesame Street for your development.
Unless you're high as shit. Okay, welcome one, welcome all to the Week 6 Heat Check. Well, I perhaps should have knocked on wood or something last week when I was like, oh, this weather is so delightful, because I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but there's a torrential downpour going on right now in our merry corner of the state. However, undeterred, the commish and the consigliere are huddled here under the corrugated roof of the funhouse deck. Commish, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, other than the fact that every once in a while I get tripped on. So I'll start off by saying there was an intriguing matchup between my team, the Menace, and FX.
Yeah, it was a barn burner.
Yes, it was. And to tell you the truth, I was whooping his ass all day. And then all of a sudden I look up and I'm only up by like less than double digits. I don't know, I think right around like just over double digits. Like maybe 15 points or so. And go into the Monday night. And then we had that barn burner of a game, which a lot of us, you included, fell asleep in.
Yeah.
But the interesting fact was it was a high-scoring game, and it looked bad for me when Eddie Hilaire was about to score a touchdown early in the game. And guess what? The old penalty was called.
Oh, my goodness.
Back. And I think Kelsey got the touchdown eventually on his way to 4.
He did. I was awake for that.
Yeah, so I ended up squeaking out a much-needed victory over FX. Another thing I wanted to call out was that old Auto Draft himself had a little problem.
Yeah.
And he got kind of blown out there.
Oh, no. He had, of course, there was like the Higgins goose egg and then Damian Harris, who definitely underperformed.
Yeah, I think
Only
he
about
got hurt, right? Did he get hurt when he left the game? Or?
Yeah, he did. Because that's when Ramondre Stevenson took over, pretty much. So.
Wow, so just to tell you, boys and girls, that goose eggs will kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So choose that flex wisely.
Yeah. Well, I wish the robot that controls Steve's team luck and that T. Higgins actually gets a reception this week.
And by the way, the invitation is still open for his robot to write a little response to the shade that we're giving him, and we can auto-play it on this program. But the 015th is still irrelevant. So now there's...
He said about that.
Dumpster Fire got a blowout win over a team that changed his name to Questionable Squad.
Yeah.
And I believe the man on the street, my consigliere, got a comment. Would you like to share?
I would. Yes, I was. I saw Drew last night, and he has of his starting lineup something like seven guys who have a Q next to their name. Obviously, a lot of those injuries were sustained last week, and hence his low score.
Oh, there's his goose egg at tight end. Like I said, goose egg.
Yeah,
okay.
Waller.
You damn kicker guy, goose egg. Shit.
That is a rough day at the office. There was one other one, right?
And that would be I don't know. I don't even know what to call him anymore because it's so mysterious.
Right.
The mystery man.
His identity
himself,
is mysterious.
Very much so.
Brian Howell.
So now he's Satanic McCaffrey, which means McCaffrey might have helped him to a victory this week. Oh, wait a minute now. Our friendly neighborhood bartender is in the house.
Segment is brought to you by a great deal of rain and Derek Berger.
And just like the mailman, he delivers rain, sleet, snow, whatever that shit is. See you later, buddy.
Thank you, Derek. Oh, right.
Big-time Fungus, who is back to Fungus after beating the Menace. Yeah, which was, we are going to. You haven't heard the end of that one yet.
No, you never hear the end of it from us.
But he secured a nice win over Jimmy G Units, who actually put up some good numbers at 142.
That was quite a game too.
So that was last week's game of the week.
Yes,
and as a
it
result,
delivered.
And I ended up losing $10 to Mark because I did make that outrageous bet of a.
You got the under?
I gave him 15.1
Oh,
points.
the 15, yes.
And
Which was
he
sadly
was
cut out of
smug.
last week's
Yes.
episode, but yes.
But yes, I ended up giving it, I paid through Venmo, so don't big time me.
So the game of the week, of course, coincidentally enough, it's you versus me, Commissioner.
Wow.
And Mark, for the record, set the over-under on this one at 232.5, which is right around where the app is projecting us to be. Little bit more.
I thought it was very interesting that you decided to bet on it. I will not, because I am not Pete Rose.
Well, that's fair. I thought two things. One, I just want to always participate, as Nick will tell you. Always participate, because even if you don't necessarily think you're going to win, you never know.
You never know.
And two, I was just like, I just want to keep inject as much capital into these weekly bets as possible. I mean, the more people that bet, the more people that'll want to bet.
Well, you know what? You saw me. So what are you doing?
I bet the over on us. Because if I'm going to win this game, I need my roster to overperform. I need big games from Hill and Pickens.
Chubb. You always got Chubb.
Yeah, he's a
Quarterback situation. What the hell is going on
he's
there?
a rock there. I decided I could
Russell
stack.
Wilson is hurt, right?
I haven't decided yet on when I want to start. No, Russell Wilson just sucks.
It looks like he's hurt.
No, he's not. He just plays like he is.
Yep.
It's toss up for me between Trevor Lawrence and Kenny Pickett. Now, I talked a lot about Pickett last week, and although the Steelers only scored 3 points in an absolute smashing at the hands of the Bills, I actually liked a lot of what I saw from Pickett there. There was a lot of almost completions, like where he made the catch, but the foot came in just out of bounds.
I'm actually one of the teams that I know of that is only carrying one quarterback, the starter.
Now that must be nice.
And so I'll deal with.
I sure hope nothing happens to him.
I'll see. Maybe I don't know what's out there. There's bound to be somebody out there.
As a Steelers fan, I constantly wishcast that Lamar Jackson runs one too many times.
See, the good news is that if I pick up, let's say, Danny Dimes, for example, I still have Eckler, Barkley, and don't forget that I got DeAndre Hopkins coming off suspension.
It's true.
We
Just
got
a couple more weeks for that.
We already know Robinson's about to take over that starting job, and if Michael Thomas grows a set of balls and starts playing, regardless of whether that team stinks, I have a pretty damn good bench, don't you think? And I might not need a quarterback because my position players will carry me to the championship.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to grow a set of balls, and then he's going to sprain them.
I am going to take the over as well.
Okay.
Because I believe I am one of the highest scoring teams in the league, and I don't see why that would not happen again.
Yeah.
So, and all I just need you is do your part, and we're going way over this thing, bro. So I'll take you over. But
I'd be thrilled if they all
to
did that.
throw some interest in this, I will give you 10 points.
10 points?
And I will bet you $5 that I win the game. And I give you 10 points.
I'm absolutely in for that.
At 10 points, I'm giving him 10 points.
All right.
And I gotta win. I gotta beat him by 10. And I gotta get the over.
A little extra spice on the heat check.
Heat check
This week. Heat check. Well, let's go into the transactions.
Interesting. Very interesting.
There was let's see. I think one that caught our eye was Clayton, the suddenly overperforming dumpster fire.
Yes, they are. Maybe the fireman came and put it out.
Yeah. Well, you know who he thinks is going to do it is Odell Beckham, who is currently at home with his feet up.
Okay, now I'm going to call fact check on this one.
Okay.
And, I do remember it was me who brought up during the Eagles game. I don't know, Clayton, you could have gone to the gym at halftime. I can't remember. But I brought up the fact that, hey, look out. I bet you Odell Beckham will either be on the Green Bay Packers or the LA Rams within the time that the medical team clears him to play. Because remember, he's on an ACL tear, which usually takes about 8 months. And that will be right around the time in November, December. It will be around the time that it'll be fully healed. And we all know Green Bay sure as hell needs a fucking receiver. And damn sure the Rams need one.
Yeah.
But the problem with the Rams is they're just so fixated on Cooper Kupp that I don't even think Odell will help him. So I think he's going to be on Green Bay, which if that is the case, Clayton made a good choice. But basically I say all that to say, if it wasn't for me opening up my big mouth, maybe he doesn't make that deal. Maybe I do.
That's right. Maybe
so I need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You made a kind of a unusual move. You pulled down a kicker off the wire.
Yes, and it's no secret that I personally do not like kickers. If I had my way, kicking would be out of the game, and you'd go for 2 every fucking time, and there would be no such thing as a kickoff. But anyway, I like punters though, because at least they tackle. Okay, so I was noticing that dude on the sideline, Bucker. He was on that sideline. He didn't look too hurt to me, which leads me to believe he's going to be back on that team soon. So I went and grabbed him.
I think everybody had to turn their heads and see what Taysom Hill did last week.
Yes, that's going to be an interesting pickup by you, Consigliere, because in past years there's always been this question. Are you allowed to start him as a quarterback? Are you allowed to start him as a tight end? I know ESPN keeps an eye out for that, so be careful. The way that ESPN portrays him might change mid-season, fair or not fair.
He might.
But get as much as you can out of him right now, because it doesn't matter. If you start him as a tight end, you're getting QB numbers if he decides to line up under center.
I'm fine if he
that's a good
he produces this week and never again. That's probably good enough.
Yep.
Because, like you said, I have 3 quarterbacks. That's too many. Having 2 tight ends is borderline too many.
Yeah, well,
depending on how good they are.
I almost went with the 2 tight end set against FX because I'm so fucking pissed off at Allen Robinson and Cooper Kupp. That's now you understand. That's another reason why I hate that Cooper Kupp. He's making Allen Robinson look like a Pop Warner receiver, and he's a damn good receiver. So it's like, dude, you fucking selfish son of a bitch, Cooper Kupp.
Getting open all the time.
Yeah, man. Get some love to Allen Robinson, the menace, man.
Let's talk about the side pool this week. There's not really a whole much to break down here because the side pool is simply whose team gets the highest score.
And we all know who
Very
that's
simple.
Be.
Oh yeah, it's going to be Mark. Or what were you going to say?
The menace. Because there's no longer a menace killer out there.
Right.
Because he got a little scared because he knew I was coming to get him.
Yeah. So you certainly are one of the front runners for that. But there was Dumpster Fire last week who was right up there with you in terms of points scored.
Yes.
Last week I don't remember offhand. Let's take a look
because it was very. In fact, I might have been like third. No, I had a bad week. If you want to call 112 points a bad week.
It was Mark got 155.58. And Ill won 5th, 155.
Irrelevant.
Am I remembering this wrong? No, he put up 124, which is good for looks like 3rd. Or 4th. Or 5th, rather.
Because Fungus did take the highest scoring. And it's irrelevant. You see what happens? See, Nick, if you would fucking...
Edited because Westy's not allowed to talk about it. Why don't we check in on the bottom of the league in the punishment watch?
Oh, shit.
You suck.
So we had no change at the very bottom. So we had still at the bottom, still winless, is Lorenzo. Who it is worth pointing out, has, looking at the points for and points against, is leading the league in points against. He has gotten everybody's best game that he's played.
That is very interesting. Then you throw on the fact that on the flip side, why don't we talk about the Mystery Man and how his shit is a bunch of smoke and mirrors, kind of like Mystery Men like.
That's true. This is brought to our attention by treasurer/bookie Mark. That Mystery Man or Satanic McCaffrey Brian Howells,
whatever this week's name is,
whatever his mysterious sobriquet is actually bottom of the league in points against. He has gotten everybody's worst game. So there is
Yes.
certainly some statistical regression that perhaps we can expect to see.
I can't wait to see that fall. It's going to be hard, cuz.
Right behind him and playing against Lorenzo this week, perhaps for punishment honors, is Clayton. But as you said, he's showing signs of life and is certainly favored in that game. We'll see what happens there. Clayton, of course, has to run the combine, which I will happily donate my skills as a videographer to help bring to you. Re-entering the punishment watch at number 10 is Auto Draft Olajuwon,
Yes.
who was, of course, going to do the 30 blowjob shots in 30 days. Now, it's not technically like when we started this segment, we just did the bottom 3, but I want to mention that lurking there at number 9 is Drew. Questionable squad this week. Who, only I mention it because his punishment was to go to Spain and run with
Yeah,
the
you
Bulls.
might want to start that bank account up and start saving.
I want
cuz.
to make sure you get there. Drew used to be a model.
Ooh,
I
okay.
found this out recently. And if you've never seen any of his old modeling pictures, next time you see him, ask him. You will be surprised.
Oh, we need to talk about
you wanna do the top?
Clayton's top, because Clayton
Yeah.
has been putting out there on the social chat his rankings. And I think we'd be remiss if we don't explain them to you. Which
Sure.
is, we already discussed how Mystery Man is in the number 1 spot, but it might be smoke and mirrors. Then we have me, who, Mr. Man's just occupying my spot for the time being. But I'm in number 2, followed by FWO, who Westy Damas did predict had the best roster, and he will not deviate from that prediction.
I
That
hope
he'll
as
be there. And
long as
then
my boys get healthy.
coming up, Robert, defending champion, which this is why this might be a good transition into what's coming up in future programs.
That's right. That's right. Rob, of course, was the winner of last year's league, and we are planning next week. I still got to clear this with him, but I can confirm that I have the 10 pounds of gold in my possession.
Yay! Thank you, Consigliere.
So now we just got to set up a time, and I think we were saying that Sunday on the 23rd, when Luke and I are sucking each other up, at some point afterwards, we will also have the formal presentation of our league's title to Rob. Right here, and it will be recorded.
So just so you guys know, that day is going to be a very big day because there's a lot going on Lorenzo's thing. We got the FX, FWO shenanigans.
Yeah, we might have everybody in the league in the building at the same time.
So I am going to work on putting together a Wesley smorgasbord.
Oh, nice.
I'm working on the menu right now as we speak.
Wesley always brings the culinary heat.
And then,
Looking ahead, we can tell you right now what the game of the week next week is going to be. It's going to be a professional wrestling themed extravaganza as the Fun World Order does battle with the Funhouse Exiles, FX, me versus Buka. So we're going to be, and there is a lot of angles to this, there's first, of course, we are playing each other in fantasy. Second, I'm a Steelers fan. Booger's a Dolphins fan. Those two teams are playing in prime time on Sunday.
you couldn't make this shit up.
And Lorenzo is performing. And if you don't know, you're about to know. That means that Buka and I engage in some extremely kinetic combat theater on the floor of the Funhouse. You are not going to want to miss it. And if all that wasn't enough, as we said before, we are presenting that belt to Rob, probably after the fact. So,
And I got one more
yeah.
that we forgot to add. It's the Eagles bye week, everybody.
Oh, yeah, you have no excuse not to be
You have no
here.
excuse not to be here, Eagles fans. And we know there are a bunch of us there.
Right. Except, of course, for Brian Howells, because
We don't know who he is.
Mysterious.
Does he like the Jaguars?
Yeah.
Does he like McCaffrey now because he's a Satan worshiper like the Devils? I don't know. FWO is gonna fuck up FX. Pittsburgh's gonna fuck up Miami, and your franchise is going to hell.
Woo, heat check. You know, and of course, next week's episode we're gonna have Buka on here so that he and I can say a couple words to each other's faces. Well, anything else you want to hit, Kamish?
I think we're good. This is a good one. Considering the elements, we braved the elements. We
Yes.
braved the shenanigans. Everybody,
All
have
right.
a great week.
Guys, thanks so much for listening. Have a great week. Good
We
luck
love
in
you
the game.
guys. Thank you for your support.
Salute.
Bye bye.